Running a state is hard, but building one from scratch, that's a completely different challenge. Hey everyone, I am Ali, and today we are talking about one of history's most underrated state builders, Umar ibn al-Khattab, the second rightly guided caliph. To understand what Umar was up against, we need to start with his predecessor. The first caliph Abu Bakr only ruled for about 2.5 years, and for most of that time he was fighting a civil war, putting down major rebellions across the Arabian Peninsula just to hold the state together. Once he finally consolidated power at home, Abu Bakr immediately launched military campaigns against two of the world's superpowers, the Sassanid Empire in Iraq and Byzantine Empire in Syria. So here is the problem. Abu Bakr did not have the time to build proper institutions. He was always in crisis mode. That's the situation Umar inherited. And it wasn't simple at all. The newly conquered territories, Syria, Egypt, Iraq, Persia, were all completely different from each other. Different geographies, different tax systems, different bureaucratic traditions built over centuries. On top of that, the Arabian Peninsula itself had never had a unified state before the Prophet established one in Medina. Everything there was built from scratch, organized around religious principles. Umar had to take all of this old empires, new territories, and the young state and weave it into one functioning system. So, how did he do that? His first major move was formalizing Shura, a consultative council made up of Prophet's senior companions. Now, consultation wasn't new. The Prophet himself and Abu Bakr both consulted their communities before making decisions. But Umar turned it into an institution. Every major executive and legislative decision had to go through the Shura. The most rational, most widely supported opinion was adopted, even if it contradicted the caliph's own opinion. Here is a great example of that. Before the Battle of Qadsiya, Umar wanted to personally lead the army, believing his presence would boost morale. But the Shura disagreed. Ali ibn Abi Talib argued that the caliph should stay in Medina and send an experienced military commander instead. The majority sided with Ali, and Umar complied. That's a remarkable thing for a head of state to do, and it set the tone for everything that followed. Next, Umar tackled the justice system. In the Byzantine and Sassanid empires, the same officials who collected your taxes also heard your legal disputes. Governors and bureaucrats held judicial power as well. That's a recipe for corruption. Umar separated the judiciary completely from the executive branch. Judges were independent. They could rule against the government. They could rule against the caliph himself. It was a genuine separation of powers, and it became the foundation of rule of law in the early Islamic state. From there, Umar built out several other key institutions. He created an accountability department led by Muhammad ibn Maslama specifically to investigate complaints against state officials. Every year during Hajj, governors were required to appear in Mecca and answer directly to the public. He established the Batul Mal, a central treasury. Instead of distributing war spoils immediately, Umar kept reserves for public works and long term needs. He also introduced a social security system. Stipends were given to the elderly, the disabled, the orphans, and widows, both Muslim and non Muslim alike. He even established payments for nursing infants. And when it came to conquered lands, Umar made a bold decision. He refused to distribute the land among the soldiers. Instead, the land became state property. This prevented the rise of the powerful military land owning elite and ensured steady revenue for generations to come. But perhaps Umar's most transformative reform was the creation of Diwan, a central administrative registry modeled on Persian systems but redesigned for the Islamic State. The Diwan had several branches. The Diwanul Jund registered all soldiers and gave them fixed salaries and ranks. The military stopped being a volunteer tribal force and became a professional standing army. The Diwanul Kharj managed all state revenues, land taxes, poll taxes, everything, and funneled them into the central treasury in an organized way. And Umar divided the entire empire into clearly defined provinces: Makkah, Medina, Syria, Kufa, Basra, Egypt, each governed by a wali or governor who was directly accountable to the caliph. So, when we step back and look at the full picture, what Umar built was extraordinary. He took a young state, a collection of conquered territories, and centuries old bureaucratic traditions, and integrated them into a coherent, functioning state. People felt included. They felt that the system was fair. The institutions Umar created gave ordinary people access to justice, social support, and a government that could actually be held accountable. That stability was his greatest achievement.